Morning all. For those who don't know me, my name is Barry McIntosh. I'll be your MC for the day. I'll attempt to remember to unmute myself and turn the camera on throughout the webinar, but I can't guarantee anything. Welcome everyone to the 2021 Junction Support Services AGM. Once again, we're online rather than face-to-face, but we hope you all enjoy hearing about the important work that's occurred over the last year. So 2021 has been a bit of a nightmare for us all, but I tended personally to remind myself when I got grumpy about having to walk back to the car for the 50th time to get the face mask I forgot. I tended to remind myself that if I was born in 1901, I would have had to have lived through 2 world wars, a depression and a pandemic. So that puts it all back into perspective for me. So on that happy note, I'd like to introduce to you Trish Seminara for the acknowledgement to country. Trish is the local Aboriginal leader and an artist. She is also the chairperson of the local Aboriginal Education Consultative Group. She's the recent winner of the North East Waters Aboriginal Acquisitional Art Prize. So welcome, Trish.
Thank you, Barry. Good morning, all. I hope you all can hear me. As Barry just introduced me, I'm Trish Seminara. I'm a Gamilaroi woman born in Yenda in New South Wales on Wiradjuri country. It's a real privilege for me to be here today to be able to speak to you and also to acknowledge country. So I begin today by acknowledging the traditional custodians of the land on which we all gather today and pay my respects to elders past and present. I also extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us. Aboriginal people have been acknowledging and welcoming people onto land for thousands of years. And when doing this, we would ask that when you are on country, be mindful and respectful to the land. Listen to the waterways as they are more resilient than we think. They hold the stories of our songlines. Listen to the land. It holds the journeys and stories of our people as they walked across country. Look into the night skies as within them is the dreaming of our Aboriginal ancestors, the knowledge holders, as it is with their persistence that we have been able to continue to carry our culture, heritage and identity through our songlines. Walk softly and be respectful. Look after country, and country in turn will look after you. For Aboriginal people, our land holds the connection within us. It is our lifeblood and it keeps the strong connection that we have to our elders and to our ancestors. We held custodian over this land for thousands of years. Just a little bit about me. I'm a direct descendant of the Wetherell, Evans and Burke families from Meningie in New South Wales, which is part of Gamilaroi land. My family were moved to the area in Wodonga during the resettlement scheme and part of the government's repatriation phase. I have 11 brothers and sisters, and I have lived in Albury now for 55 years and have worked in a variety of different roles. However, these roles have always been in support of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islanders people's spiritual, emotional well-being and their self-determination around what I refer to as the 2 E's and the 2 H's, education and environment, and health and housing. Aboriginal people have been persistent in holding onto our culture and heritage for thousands of years, and we have been instrumental in working towards who we really are and what we really need. Due to the loss of land and culture and identity, there have been many challenges for my people. In being persistent at times, we have become broken, but we are still here. This is because of the continued support that we have been able to access through Junction and other support services within the community. It is with that cultural knowledge that we share with our services who provide supported programs that we can be very holders of our own life's journeys. I believe if we are all persistent in our journeys together, then we can all be resilient. The artwork that you see behind you is called Wadabagali. This is the winning piece for the Northeastern Water Acquisition Art Prize this year. Once again, it was quite a privilege to be part of this actual process. And the actual story behind this holds the songlines and the persistence of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people to ensure that we look at things from a perspective that holds us within connection to the water and our ancestors. Part of this art project that I went on was also a part that when we look where we were in the space of time, So the beautiful, what we call marmuk, which is a yam daisy, comes through from land. As you see the gullies and the waterways that go past, how we've protected and covered water, and the underpath is the footprints of Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people as they wandered across country land and sacred waterholes. The second piece of art that you see is part of Haipen. Currently there is an exhibition at your beautiful gallery in Wodonga called Nyanda. Nyanda in Dudra language means places. This exhibition represents a diverse collection of works by 4 artists. And once again, I was very privileged this year to be one of those artists. This exhibition explores the personal and unique connections to place. The artists share the unique narratives of dreaming, tradition, identity, and memory. These things that make us question our own connection to place. This in particular is traditional dancewear. So I designed the traditional dancewear to reflect traditional times and to my people. Nyanda acknowledges and celebrates Australians First Nations people as first artists and first storytellers through our merging of traditional and contemporary styles in our art pieces. So it not only includes weaving, it also includes painting, costume, and sculpture designs. So thank you very much. I wish you well for the rest of your AGM for today. I hope you have great discussions over your year's work, even though COVID did put a spoke in many people's wheels this year. So thank you.
Thanks, Trish. And from coming from someone who can't even draw stick figures, you wish I had half of your talent. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people here with us today. So joining us virtually, we have over 100 individuals and also our residential houses who are live streaming this event. I welcome our board members, staff and volunteers. And in this virtual Zoom world we're living in, statistics would suggest that some of you are actually sitting there watching this in your pajamas, which is a rather distracting thought. I'd like to welcome our special guests who I'm confident won't be in their pajamas. There's Richard Slade, Tammy Roble, Renee Kerr, Max Fleming and Lisa Moss-Holland from the Department of Families, Fairness and Housing, Colleen Drury and Felicia Towner, Department of Education and Training, Renee Silva and Catherine Jeffries from Beyond Housing, David McKenzie and Tammy Hand from Upstream Australia, Janelle Cretney, Victoria Conlon and Trina Judge from Wodonga TAFE, Marie Cribbis from Wodonga Middle Use College, David Whitehead, Flexible Learning Centres and Hugh Brokenshaw from the City of Wodonga, Leah Waring and Claire Anderson from NISE. And now for our formal proceedings, I'd like to welcome Junction's chairperson, Neville McCormick, to officially open the AGM. Neville.
Thank you, Barry, for the introduction and taking on the role of MC for this year. I now formally declare Junction Support Services, AGM, of 2021 to be open. I extend a special welcome to our guests joining us online, including our Committee of Management, staff, volunteers, clients, stakeholders, supporters and corporate friends. We have a number of agenda items for the formal part of the meeting, and I can confirm that the ordinary business and special business resolutions has been tabled and approved by proxy vote by all committee members here today. The minutes of the 2020 AGM are confirmed and moved by myself and seconded by Vern Hilditch. I'm pleased to present to you now the annual report, including financial statements for the year ended the 30th of June 2021. The audited accounts are unqualified and represent a true and accurate picture of the association. The following resolution has been passed, that Selwood Ackley Accounting Services Proprietary Limited be reappointed as the auditor of the association, moved by myself and seconded by Cheryl Hodgins. I now declare all board director positions to be vacant and confirm that nominations for the 2021 have been received. The board of directors for the 2021 will be the chairperson, myself, deputy chairperson, Sandra Dalton, Secretary Mary-Ann Frankie, and the directors being Vern Hilditch, Cheryl Hodgins, Steve Lischke, Linda Phillis, and Megan Hanley. That confirms the formalities of the Junction Support Services 2020 Annual General Meeting. And before I hand over to the CEO and staff presentations, I would like to say a few words. It's great to be here with you all today in what has been a very challenging year for organisations across all sectors. I've been proud to be a member of Junction for the past 31 years and to be part of supporting the staff to help people in need achieve their full potential. I'm especially proud of how the Junction team have come together over the past 12 months, where support for those in need has never been so important. Not only have the staff done this with exceptional compassion and persistence and resilience, but they still managed to make substantial progress. Junction as an organisation has continued to grow and expand both in our service provision, specialised knowledge, and also our influence within the community. This year we have become NDIS accredited, which is an exciting step for Junction to utilise our expertise and expand our reach. We moved our office location in Wangaratta to Eli Street, and we were proud recipients of a community grant that enabled us to create an engaging and therapeutic counselling space for children and young people. I would like to thank Gary Nash Real Estate for the nomination and REIV for the donation. In our strategic plan, we promise to ensure strong governance with a diverse and innovative board. We believe that diversity is an important and valuable fact of life. Variety lived experience strengthens our organisation, encourages innovation and equity, and better reflects the communities we work with. In the upcoming year, we will be looking for dedicated community members to join our board who have a range of skills, knowledge and life experience. We encourage people from multiple backgrounds, identities and cultures to apply. The board and I are excited about the future direction that will reflect our local communities. Finally, I would like to take a moment to thank my fellow board members, Sandra Dalton, Mary-Ann Frankie, Cheryl Hodgins, Vern Hilditch, Linda Phillis and Steve Lischke for their time, effort and passion in ensuring strong governance, strategic direction and guidance to the executive team. Thank you to Megan Hanley, Junction CEO, and her team of management for their hard work throughout the year. You have continued to meet the ongoing challenges that COVID-19 has presented.
Thank you, Neville, and good morning, everyone. Thank you for being with us today. May I also acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land and pay my respect to elders past, present and emerging. Thank you, Trish, for a beautiful welcome to country and congratulations on your work and achievements. Well, what a year we have experienced this year. It would have been impossible to imagine 2 years ago that our lives, both professional and personal, would be so significantly impacted by a pandemic. This time last year, we were expecting for this situation to ease and for a fairly normal 2021. As we all now know, this was not the case. And in fact, year 2 had a much more pronounced impact on our community. With border closures, lockdowns, work from home requirements, homeschooling and daily updates becoming part of our everyday lives, the impact has been significant and the communities and individuals we work with here at Junction has been disproportionately affected. Despite this situation and realities and pressures of COVID life, we have persisted in our support of our community, taking further steps towards our mission of a community without disadvantage. We have seen firsthand how through resilience and persistence, our staff, clients and community can face the adversities of the pandemic and move towards their recovery through bushfires. We have taken a lead role to tackle the continual increase of we have taken a lead role to support our local community and join forces with our sector partners to tackle the continual increase of community need. This has seen us form new innovative partnerships, which represents exciting opportunities for more integrated ways of working. This week, we saw this in action, where local community members dug deep through the Border Trust Big 500 campaign. Under this fantastic initiative, the Big 500 donors give $500 each, where community organisations are invited to apply for the funding. Last night, Junction was recognised as a top 3 finalist and had to pitch to the donors who then vote for the innovative project they believe should be funded. I'm very excited to announce that Junction were named the winner of the major grant, which will now fund our Therapy Dogs program. Our new puppy in training, whose name is Toast, will begin his work in residential care and within the therapeutic children's programs within Junction. Thank you to the Junction team and Bridie Charlesworth from the Dog Education Centre for this work on this project, and we're excited to welcome Toast to the Junction family. I extend my thanks to Border Trust, the Big 500 donors and Albury Business Connect for helping us to make a difference in our community. Now to a few thank yous. I would like to take this opportunity to recognise the staff who have persisted and shown great resilience in such trying times. Their flexibility and continual commitment to their clients is an inspiration. Where we saw business closures or reduced hours, we have remained open, supporting those in community in the most difficult times, and this is due to the commitment of our staff. I would also like to thank the management team from continuing to operate the business to managing the constant changes in COVID. They have pulled together to ensure Junction continues to be progressive and offer exceptional services to our clients. I would particularly like to thank Michelle Fell, our Client Services Manager, for stepping up into the role of CEO, and Talia McCulloch, who stepped up into the Client Services Management role while I was on maternity leave. You both have led this organisation with integrity and passion. Thank you also to our volunteers who continue to provide support to many of those most vulnerable within our community. And to our funders and sponsors, thank you for supporting the work that we do. We are grateful that you have provided us with the opportunity to really make a difference. Thank you to our board of directors who have provided unwavering support and guidance for the organisation. We recognise your commitment, your time and the energy you put in to ensure strong visionary governance. And finally, thank you to the AGM Steering Committee who pulled together today to make this happen. Thank you especially to Colleen Tate for her work on our annual report, and to Rachel and Marty sitting behind the scene right now, ensuring the virtual event runs smoothly. The theme of this year's AGM is persistence and resilience. Persistence is the fact of continuing to an opinion of course of action in spite of difficulty or opposition. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties and advancing despite adversity. And this is what we have done. I hope you will enjoy the following presentations, highlighting some of the work that has occurred over the last year. Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. So Junction started in 1989 in Wangaratta with one program to prevent homelessness and one support worker. Today, Junction employs more than 200 people, 40 volunteers with one mission to support families and individuals to achieve their full potential. Junction supports parents, young people in care, people experiencing homelessness and family violence, victim survivors. Junction also supports young people to re-engage in education and assists young drivers to gain the necessary experience to obtain their licence. Junction has been changing lives since 1989. As our CEO Megan has mentioned, this year the theme for our AGM presentation is persistence and resilience. Please sit back and enjoy the following presentations detailing the hard work of our staff and the fortitude our clients have shown through this particular difficult year.
Our staff have worked hard this year to continue service provision to the most vulnerable people in our community. They've persisted through the toughest of times while our resilient staffing group keep caring. We as an organisation are aware that staff wellbeing plays a major role in caring for the carers. The importance of good health and wellbeing within our organisation is a key focus we've implemented in the past 12 months. In an effort to promote health and wellbeing among Junction employees, People and Culture have formed a Health and Wellbeing Committee. Our members include Leanne Dennis, Savannah West, Megan Pearce, Brittany Pearson, Rommel McMullen, and Colin Summit. Our committee members bring a diverse range of operational experience and ideas to our meetings, which we conduct every 2 months. The Health and Wellbeing team has carefully considered a range of activities to help employees find support and ideas for making healthy choices, and meeting their own wellness goals and fun group activities to bring everyone together. We've hosted various events such as Taste of Harmony, Easter, Are You OK Day, 10,000 Steps Challenge, Staff Appreciation Days, and PJ Day, to name a few. We've also sent out agency-wide emails that include healthy eating recipes, wellness tips, and various resources. Junction has also held 2 self-care forums in March for our staff, which was led by clinical psychologist Jo Beer. Staff took part in mindfulness exercises and were coached on how to lead work at work, the signs of burnout and to what to look out for, the impact on shift work, and strategies to assist maintaining a healthy work-life balance. How we coped during the pandemic. We connected our people to a new normal by going virtual. We provided access to mental health resources, EAP, and other online resources. Checked in regularly and did our best to adapt to our current climate. Self-care strategies that we promoted was physical care, promoting regular exercise and healthy eating, practicing regular relaxation such as meditation, yoga, and breathing exercises. We also promoted workplace or professional self-care. We also promoted professional self-care for staff engaging in regular supervisions or consulting with more experienced colleagues. How will we continue to implement these strategies? Organise physical activities presented by sporting groups or local businesses. Provide staff with online resources. Incorporate these physical activities in team meetings. Continue to promote staff to have regular monthly supervisions. And really encompassing all the above and more in our new health and wellbeing strategy. We've also implemented some new environmental strategies. Some ideas that we have as a committee on positive environmental changes in the workplace is becoming eco-friendly, reducing energy use and waste production, having collaborative workspaces, introducing office plants, and reviewing of all office ergonomics. Our goal to understand and develop a strategy to create a safe and healthier workplace for all. What are we aiming to achieve in the future? To focus on our health and wellbeing goals, listen to our people, create opportunities to be better, provide better employee morale and engagement, a healthier and more inclusive culture and workplace. How will we do this? By implementing a new, exciting health and wellbeing strategy that encompasses what we have outlined. The committee has come up with some great ideas for the future to enhance staff engagement and to continue providing a healthy organisational culture. We cannot wait to see what next year will bring.
We received 2 very young girls, aged 10 and 11, both experiencing extreme trauma in their lives. And then we received an even younger child, aged 9, a young boy, with very specific needs in the disability fields. And that added to the complexity of the house. That was very challenging for us to work with a completely different cohort in a completely different way. And so what followed was a real long period of transition where the young people that we were caring for and the staff at the house were both transitioning in their own ways. Essentially, what we decided was that we needed quite a lot of help. And we turned to our team within Junction at Fax to support us in the efforts we were making to create a safe space for these children. And so we reached out, and the Fax team responded brilliantly. And we were supported from all sides at Junction to try and make this a much more successful placement experience for these children.
Jeff and the team at Continue Care approached the families and children's team needing further support with some young people who had recently been placed. Our team jumped at this opportunity not only to support these vulnerable children, but to collaborate with the Continue Care team. We have years of experience within our FACS team, working with vulnerable children who have experienced trauma. We really understand that beneath a child's behaviours can be years of unresolved trauma. This eventually needs to be addressed. But first and foremost, we need to create a secure base for each child. This is so they can start to heal from their trauma. It's also important to have a secure base so the child can start to form healthier attachments with adults in their lives. With this information in mind, I met with each individual child and asked them a set of questions around their likes, dislikes, people in their life they connected with, their experiences of placement so far, and also triggers that they might know for their behaviours. The young people were incredibly insightful and offered so much valuable information. I then met with staff and had a discussion with them around some similar questions and their experiences with each child. Once again, the staff offered so much valuable information that really helped with the next stage. From all this information, I created individual assessment reports for each child and then rolled out a set of recommendations that would be implemented within the units for each young person. We then helped support the staff in the units around these recommendations and decided to bring in the child and adolescent counsellors and the children's specialist workers to help further support.
In the FACS team, the counsellors and children's specialist workers have been working with this age group for many years. They've developed tools and resources to help parents, carers and clients with emotional regulation, relationship building and routines. These tools and resources were shared in fortnightly catch-ups with packs of specific games, cards and sensory products being provided for everyone to use with the children. The children's specialist worker was able to work with the house supervisor to ensure the house understood the benefit of each item and how to use it. By checking in regularly, the children's specialist worker was able to provide alternatives if something wasn't working well or expand on things that were. The house supervisor was also able to bring back questions and feedback to further build the house's developing toolbox.
So as a result of the support that we received within Junction internally with the FACS team, what happened was a two-way thing. The staff began to understand in a much more meaningful way why the children behaved the way they did and adjusted the way that they did the work with the children. And then in response, the children became much more trusting of the staff, less attacking of the staff, I don't just mean physically, but verbally and emotionally. And so what developed from the support that we received, all of the different areas of support that we received from the knowledge base as well as the skill sets, was that both sides, the staff and the children, began to not just work together, but to live together. And what that meant was, even when we have received other changes in placement this year, the new children moving in have adjusted almost immediately to what is now the way of doing things, which focuses on the child feeling safe in the house. And once we achieve that feeling of safety, what we are experiencing is much lower levels of incidents, either from the children or from the staff or both. Very few incident reports, and the ones that we do receive now are relatively minor in their impact. We are looking at all of the children going to school daily, and when they obviously come home from school, we're introducing routines to them that these children need to help them feel safe. We've got the tools to do activities to help them feel safe. And ultimately, when we consider new referrals, we're looking not just at helping the new person to move in, but protecting the people, the children that are already there. Because what we're doing is working now, and we don't want to change it. The old saying, if it isn't broken, don't fix it. All of the resources we've received, it is definitely working now. And we're very much looking forward to Christmas with these children. So after my presentation, I hope you will enjoy the video you're about to see, which illustrates the great work that's going on.
so still. Shh, shh, you're all alone. Shh, shh, and so peaceful until.
The house is really settled. The children are happy and it's a real family environment. I've been involved with doing menu planning and encouraging the young people of the house to eat healthier options and joining with cooking and learning cleaning and a lot of other life skills. The kids are really happy. We often get greeted with big smiles and hugs when we arrive at work. I really enjoy working here with all the staff and the young people.
I'm Marisa. The kids here at the moment, they're delightful, they're rambunctious, there's a real sort of family sibling vibe. They have their moments, but it's just delightful to watch them blossom, build rapport and see the changes in them daily. It's awesome, I love it here.
It's oh so quiet. It's oh so still. And then it's nice and quiet. Shh, shh, but soon again. Shh.
Hi, I'm Bryony, the Youth Services Manager. Today we celebrate the joining of the Refuge and the Youth team. We look forward to the next 12 months and developing a program targeted towards the homeless young people of Wodonga. Come with us as we listen to some of the stories of our young people supported so far this year.
The journey has been tough. It has taken a toll on mine and the children's physical and mental health.
I lived on the streets in Melbourne, on friends' couches, in their garages. I even camped out by the lake for 4 months.
I was always on edge and scared I would be asked to leave at any time. This made me feel anxious and has had an impact on my mental health. I spent a lot of time in and out of psychiatric facilities because I felt like it would be easier if I was dead.
It's an emotional battle or hitting dead ends every time.
My homelessness made me feel like absolute shit and has had a massive impact on my mental and physical health. I have found it difficult to complete daily tasks.
Being homeless is one of the hardest things I've ever had to do in my life. Having no physical space to stay and feel safe is mentally exhausting. I then found Junction support services and was referred into the Wodonga Youth Refuge. The staff at the refuge were amazing at helping me grow and develop so many new skills. During my time at the refuge, I applied for over 100 rentals and have been pushed aside because of my age. This made me feel like I'll always be homeless and I'll never have a safe place to stay.
Can you tell me about what was happening for you before you entered the refuge? So why were you referred to the ref?
Before I was at the refuge, I was homeless for 2 months. I was struggling a bit, mentally and physically and financially. Before I was in the refuge, I was getting no income. It was a bit hard for me to support myself for food, but I still managed to find ways to budget on what type of food I can get that's cheap and more filling. $1 noodles. But reason why I was homeless for 2 months, I had a breakdown, bit of mental abuse towards me from my nan. She was putting me down, talking about my father, and saying that he wasn't the man that he was, this and that. Just stuff that would put me down after him passing away.
Where is your dad?
He's in a grave right now, but all I can say, he was a top hard working bloke. He could carry slabs for days. He's had strongest back, even though he may be a small man. He's a hard worker. But
why couldn't you stay with your mum?
During the time before I went into my nan's, me and her, we had a few arguments, but it was mainly because my mental health was going down quite a bit because of the recent passing of my father. Went over to Nolan House to get my mental health sorted, and all I had to do was just get my head straight, and after that I got discharged and I had to stay at my nan's for a bit, and then after a month or two after staying there, a bit of abuse and talking about my father badly kind of led to me in a bad state to ending up homeless. I had to leave my house because of how badly I was being treated.
Thank you for sharing your story.
It's all good.
Do you remember your thoughts as you entered the refuge? How was the intake process?
The intake wasn't too hard. I was a bit overwhelmed at the start, a bit stressed out, thinking that, it was a big opportunity, like accommodation and a place to make me feel safe. Like, it was the first time feeling like that in a while. Being homeless for 2 months, having no food and having no support, or not as much support, kind of makes you feel like you don't got as much hope. But when I went into the refuge, I felt safe. Don't really know how else I can say it. Just refuge made me feel safe, calm, open. Felt comfortable after the first few days, which made me feel even more happier. Because being in a new place with new people, it's a bit stressful at the start, and after a bit, kind of helps, makes you feel more comfortable.
How was your experience of being in the refuge? Was it good or bad?
Oh, it was pretty good. The staff are pretty supportive. I can be honest with that. Jan. Everyone's got to love Jan. Speaking of you, Jan. But, Jan, there's Kane, there's DJ, there's Liz. Oh, Liz, Liz is one of the most hardworking, one of the hardworking workers, employees there. Yeah, she's trying to encourage you to do your chores, do the dishes, give you basic life skills, but I mean, at least she's always there to remind you. That's a good thing. She's always there to remind you, and she makes the best food. She cooks pretty good, decent food.
So what other things did the ref help you with when you were there?
Helped me with income and getting in, with Centrelink, and also getting to school, but also kept giving me that time so I could get ready to go into RRR, because that was my plan. So at the start it was, and
can you talk about exiting the refuge?
Exiting the refuge made me feel a little bit nervous because the staff felt a little bit too comfortable wanting to kick back with staff and be part of their family, but exiting was a bit of a relief. It made me feel happy that I could be on my own. It's nothing I can really say. It's just a lot of good memories that come from the refuge.
Yeah.
But there was a few problems with a few residents, but that all got sorted out after you speak towards some of the staff. You just let them know what's going on, and then they're there to help try and sort out the issue.
What advice would you give to other young people entering the refuge?
Do your chores. That's all I can say. But do your chores. Be respectful and nice towards the staff, because they don't want to do it all the time. They could be at home doing their own thing, but they're choosing their day to spend their whole day with you lot. But
is there anything else you want to say?
I really enjoyed the activities, going out to Holbrook and around Wodonga and on the outskirts, especially going there, I think Mount Beauty or something. Went around there. But
what about a comment about your case manager?
Oh, yeah, my case manager. Yeah. Case manager, as everyone should know, it's Marnie, and I'll be honest, she's the most supportive, hard-working worker I've been with. She's really reliable. What I mean by that, she'll always have your back. She'll call up, check on you. Really kind and caring person she is. But all I can say is, if you don't respect her, you're not going to get what most people get. The best care and love you can get. I don't know. You just get, yeah.
You're funny. All right, thank you heaps for that.
In the 10 years between 2006 and 2016, youth homelessness has risen by 26%. Young people now make up 24% of the homelessness population. Homelessness in young people aged between 19 and 24 has risen by 49% in just one decade. Last year, Junction Support Services completed 111 intakes for young people seeking homelessness support.
As we've heard, youth homelessness has increased significantly both in Australia and also in Wodonga. It's become a crucial issue for our area. We recognise that if we continue to only work when a young person hits crisis or when they become homeless, then we will never stem the tide into homelessness. We need to do something differently. We need to think differently. We need to be innovative. We need to challenge the systems that perpetuate homelessness. So, here at Junction, we've been working on several initiatives which I'll now detail. Strong advocacy and lobbying to government to fund the community of schools and services model in Wodonga is occurring. This model is called the Wodonga Project, and it is an early intervention, place-based and collective impact. It brings together the schools and services to impact issues such as homelessness, mental health and school disengagement. In Geelong, where the project was started and has been running for quite a while, they have demonstrated a 40% reduction in youth homelessness and a 50% reduction in school disengagement. Here in Wodonga, we've got all the stakeholders ready to go. We've done a lot of the preparatory work. We just need the funding. There has been significant advancements over the year. Firstly, we've become a priority project for the Ovens and Murray Regional Partnership. Secondly, we've become a recommendation in the Victorian Inquiry into Homelessness. We've also been working closely with Wodonga TAFE, Beyond Housing and the Brotherhood of St Lawrence to see an Education First youth foyer established here in Wodonga. The foyers prevent homelessness by providing housing and supports to young people who are wanting to continue their education and study, but who are at risk of homelessness. They have seen significant success both overseas and here in Australia. In our work on these projects, we realise that combined effort and advocacy is the way forward. Wodonga often misses out on large pockets of funding. We need to work together and have our collective voice heard to change the systems to make a significant impact. So we've teamed up with Wodonga TAFE and Wodonga Council to begin the development of a local youth homelessness strategy. This strategy will highlight two crucial areas. One, early intervention for youth homelessness, and two, youth-specific housing that has wraparound supports that young people so desperately need. In 2022, we will hold a forum inviting people and organisations to help us further develop this strategy. Shortly, we will also be launching a local youth homelessness campaign. You will see the campaign in local media and on social media. We invite you to participate by contacting your local MP to request they advocate for funding for the Wodonga project and the youth foyer. You will also be able to sign onto our petition, letting government know our local needs. Junction Support Services invites you to be part of the change locally.
Yes, nice, Rachel, but I did note that you didn't put any pictures of me with my pink cleaning gloves on. We'll talk about that later. Now, I'd like to thank all the staff and the clients who participated in making those presentations possible. As you can see from the small snapshot we've provided, Junction Support Services have continued to deliver quality services across our program areas. Junction has a myriad of other programs and services they deliver which can't be properly highlighted in the time we have today. Personally, I'd like to give out a shout out to the CEO who's steered Junction through 18 months of icebergs. Whilst most of us, or many of us, were sitting at home watching Netflix and Stan, she would have been sitting there doing emails. So thank you to the CEO for that. And just before we finish up, I think Michelle Fell, our Client Services Manager, has an announcement for us. Michelle, take it away.
Thanks, Barry. So hi everyone, I'm Michelle, and like Barry said, I'm the Client Services Manager here at Junction Support Services. I would like to thank you all for tuning in today and attending our virtual AGM. And now that we've called you to action in relation to youth homelessness, we're also going to send out a second call to action. So Junction is running its Christmas gift drive for a second year, and we hope this year it will be even bigger and better than last. We had a tremendous response from our community last year, and we're hoping we can outdo it in 2021, but this is only possible with the community's support. So last year, our gift drive supported over 100 families, and that was including over 200 children. We received over $1,500 in cash donations, as well as so many gifts. So Junction are again teaming up with some wonderful local businesses who have kindly agreed to support us, and these businesses are El Skateco, The Clinic, Anaconda, Camera House, and Henry's Bakery. So these local businesses will all be drop-off points where gifts can be left. We do ask that these donations of gifts are new and unwrapped. If you would like to support these great initiatives, but you're not sure what to buy for our children and our young people, you can also provide us a monetary donation, and the staff at Junction will be more than happy to go out and buy some gifts for our young people and our children. The final day for collection will be the 8th of December. So if you'd like to donate, please go to any one of those drop-off points or pop into our office on Melbourne Road. And from all of us here at Junction, thank you for attending today, and thank you, and have a safe and Merry Christmas.
Thanks, Michelle. I think that's about us for the day, and we're wrapping up a bit earlier. So thanks to everyone coming to the AGM online. Hopefully next year we'll be able to do it in person, which will be quite good. Now, I've got some announcements in regard to the questions at the start, the competition. I'm hopeless at these things, so I would never have got it in a fit. The first riddle was, I'm the beginning of everything, the end of everywhere. I'm the beginning of eternity, the end of time and space. What am I? The answer is the letter E, and the winner is Tammy Hand. And the second one was, what is so fragile that saying its name breaks? And the answer was silence, and the winner is Kylie Main. We'll get our people to ring your people and sort out your prizes. So thanks for everybody again, and we'll close the webinar for the time today, and we'll hopefully see you next year at the 2022 AGM. Cheerio.